Niantic released the details for the next in-game event in Pokémon Go, and it looks like the Psychic Spectacular event is making its return. This event is extremely popular and it happens every year, and it looks like this year is going to follow suit. There's definitely a couple of things you will not want to miss out on during this event, and I'm going to be going over all of that here in this video. Alright, so with that said, let's get right into it. How's it going, everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the Psychic Spectacular event. This is a very popular event that happens every year, and they typically go all out with Psychic type Pokemon during this event. This year, it looks like they are following suit. We're going to be getting ourselves a brand new shiny and a whole bunch of Pokemon that we have not seen in a while. The Psychic Spectacular event is going to start on Wednesday, September 20th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until Sunday, September 24th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. There's only going to be one event bonus during this event, but it's actually a good one. You're going to get increased XP for successfully catching Pokemon with curveball throws. Now, if you are in need of experience, this is going to be a great way for you to collect a whole bunch of them. This event is going to be the debut of the shiny form of Sololis, and the good thing is this timed research is not going to cost you any money. Now, included with this time research, there's going to be a whole bunch of wild encounters that are going to be themed around Psychic-type Pokemon. You're going to be able to see a whole bunch of Abra, Slowpoke, Drowsy, Execute, Girafarig, Routes, Meditite, Spoink, Gothita, Solosis, and LGM. You're also going to be able to see Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Slowpoke, and Bronzor in the wild, but they're going to be a little bit more uncommon. Now, every single one of these Pokemon can potentially be shiny except for Gothita, and that is actually pretty good because a lot of these shinies are actually extremely rare. Now, out of all of these, I would say Routes and Meditite actually stick out the most, and that is of course because of their PvP and PvE capabilities, especially when you fully evolve them into their evolved forms. Meditite evolves into Medicham, which is of course right now the #1 Pokemon in the Great League. And depending on the gender, Routes will evolve into Gallade or Gardevoir, both of which are really good for both PvP and PvE. Now, in terms of what's going to be available in raids, it's going to be a whole bunch of Psychic Pokemon that we haven't seen in a while, except for 5-star raids, which I'll get into later. First and foremost, in 1-star raids, we're going to see Unknown P, Unknown S, and Unknown I, along with Esper. Now, unfortunately, the Unknown raids are not going to have their shiny form available during this event. So really, there's no reason for you to do these Unknown raids, unless you're going for the specific letters in order to complete your medals. Now, in 3-star raids, we're going to see Alolan Raichu, Galarian Mr. Mime, and Hisuian Bravery. All 3 of these can potentially be shiny, so that's something you could look forward to. Now let's move on to 5-star raids, which, ironically, there's going to be no Psychic-type legendaries or Pokemon that you're going to be able to catch from these raids. We're going to have Genesect with Burn Drive until September 23rd at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and then afterwards we're going to have Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. And then finally, in Mega Raids, you're going to have encounters with Mega Gardevoir. So this is a prime opportunity for you to collect Mega Energy for this particular Mega Evolution, because it's actually a really strong one. Now, hatching from 7-kilometer eggs, we're going to have Smoochum, Wynaut, Chingling, and Solosis. And of course, with Solosis, you're going to have a greater chance of it being shiny when you hatch it from eggs. Now, of course, this is drawing a lot of ire from the Pokemon Go community because this is clearly a pay-to-win tactic from Niantic for people who want this new shiny. The fact that they're going to have it at an increased shiny rate within 7-kilometer eggs, that means the people who have a whole bunch of incubators are going to have a significant advantage. So if you have a whole bunch of Pokecoins on hand, I would suggest getting a couple of super incubators for this event specifically, because this will be a great opportunity for you to collect this brand new shiny. Now, included with field research task encounters, you're going to be able to see Kadabra, Galarian Slowpoke, Wobbuffet, Metang, Solosis, and Inkay. And also through field research tasks, you may potentially get Mega Energy for Mega Alakazam, Mega Slowbro, Mega Gardevoir, and Mega Medicham. There's also going to be a collection challenge with this event that's going to be themed around Psychic-type Pokemon, so if that is your thing, then make sure you catch every single Pokemon that you see on screen. And then finally, there's going to be Pokestop showcases that's going to feature the Pokemon Spoink. So if you come across any Spoink that are XXL, make sure you save them and submit them in Pokestop showcases so that you can get additional rewards. So yeah, this is actually pretty exciting. I'm really happy that this year's Psychic Spectacular event is not letting off from last year's Psychic Spectacular event. There's actually a lot of things to look forward to and a lot of Pokemon that we have not seen in a while. This will be a great opportunity for you to get yourself a really good PvP IV Medicham, especially right now as it's one of the top Pokemon, if not the top Pokemon in the Great League. And of course, this is not a perfect event. There are 2 points of criticisms that I have that I already mentioned. The fact that there's going to be unknown in raids, but their shiny form is not going to be available. That's going to cause a lot of players to waste raid passes if they're not paying attention. There's a lot of people who raid unknown specifically for their shinies, so I do think a lot of players may end up spending raid passes on raids that they would typically not do because they think the shiny form is available when in fact it is actually not. So I really think this is something that Niantic needs to communicate a lot better within the game because I do think a lot of players are going to unnecessarily spend a lot of raid passes. And then the other criticism I have is of course the fact that there's going to be a brand new shiny released with this event, and that is of course Solosis, and the fact that they're increasing the shiny rate in 7km eggs, I really do not like that because it's going to make it so that players who spend a lot of money in this game is going to have a very unfair advantage. And, you know, now that I think about it, maybe that is right, because they are spending their hard-earned money on the game and they're getting a reward for that. But it's still random chance. Like, you're not guaranteed a shiny Solosis if you hatch a whole bunch of 7km eggs. It's really just a scummy tactic on Niantic to monetize something that a lot of players are probably excited about. But it's not like Solosis is gameplay relevant anyway, so I really do not know if players are going to care about getting that shiny. Maybe just for the collection aspect of it, but aside from that, I really cannot see Solosis or any of its evolved forms being relevant in PvP or PvE. But besides all that, I still think this event is looking to be pretty good, and I'm really excited and looking forward to it, and I really do hope it ends up living up to the hype. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding this Psychic Spectacular event down below in the comments. What are you looking forward to the most? Definitely say so, and let's have a great discussion. And as always, thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be informative, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then make sure you go and check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids, then do consider joining me on Patreon. Also, if you want to support my channel non-monetarily, you could always do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula, and I'm on the following platforms. Alright, and that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.